realize that many coral reef ecosystems are basically little energy houses. Reef power is what we call them, because there are currents flowing through those channels of 2.5 meters a second that is more than enough to run these turbines. And yet, people across coral reef islands, across the global tropics, are paying $8 to $10 a gallon for gasoline. And they are sitting on ocean energy. So let's pull that together. Let's pull the technology in with the need and get these things done. Thank you so much, Mauricio. I want to introduce wonderful Bodhi Patil, who's going to close out our session. Thank you.
First of all, give me a show of hands who loves coral reefs. All right, I want to see everyone's hand raised. That's right. So when we think of the future of our ocean, we think of healthy and abundant coral reefs. And that's, of course, led by the next generation of coral innovators. When we look to all these interconnected solutions, especially ones that holistically help to heal corals, like Fragments of Hope, there's much more than coral restoration that's in store. We have to look to combating pollution sources upstream, mitigating plastic waste from entering the marine environment, combating toxic chemical and leachate, stopping oil and gas extractive industry and offshore drilling from damaging our reefs. When we speak about the ocean and the importance of the ocean on Ocean Day, this historic day here at COP, it's so important for us to all continue to be ocean advocates and champions of reef ecosystems. Coral thermal resilience and the work that the Cohen Lab is doing with Evie and all the incredible PhD candidates is really inspiring. And that's why I'm really excited to continue to learn more and grow into that field of science, and most importantly, in implementing effective marine protected areas so that we can effectively manage and conserve these super reefs, these thermally resilient areas that need the protection and the mitigation of plastics, of chemical leachate, of other sources of pollution, so they can thrive. Like what we were able to share, like Anne and Fragments of Hope said, when even if a coral is 99% bleach, or even if it's on the brink of death, it can come back to life. And I think our generation, Gen Z, is key in showing that there is hope for the future of corals. And with all of these new innovative approaches to coral restoration, the coral media that's being created, the movement to protect the health of the reef, both for our lives and livelihoods and the 3 billion people that depend on fisheries for their primary source of protein, we understand that everything is interconnected. And the role here of intergenerational collaboration, as Nikki was building on, is now more important than ever. So as we build up to the UN Oceans Conference in 2025, as we continue to focus on the coral breakthrough, which is one of the five key thematic ocean breakthroughs that was recently declared, let's continue to center young, indigenous voices of color, as central proponents to the future of coral solutions. It's really interesting when we look at who's designing coral solutions, how they're financed, and who they're affected by most. How can we empower more youth that are on the streets right now in French Polynesia, and Tahiti and Moorea, on the streets of Belize, on the streets of coral reef islands and ecosystems in Kiribati and all around the world, to get out of drugs, to get out of alcohol abuse, to get out of these highly risk-tolerant areas and go towards protecting the reef. And so I'm also really excited to share that this summer I created a program called Moorea Ocean Guardians that get kids out of fighting each other on the streets, out of basically hurting each other and putting them into reef protection by creating their